Hello and welcome to Byron's Chats and Sports page. Now we're going to do the preview of Arsenal versus Manchester United. But first of all, please like and subscribe to my channel because it would get my views up and I would greatly appreciate it. The game on weekend, Manchester City versus Manchester United. Wow. I know I've already done a video on it, but wow. Did not think we would win that game at all. So basically, Arsenal are coming off 2-0 draws, which is not ideal because they've slipped up a bit in the title race and they're letting people below them start to catch them up. Obviously, Manchester United have just won against City, and the previous result before that, they lost to Brighton. I think Michael Carrick, he needs to keep the same sort of formation he did against City, really, because it worked so well. And kind of keep the same players, really. He needs to keep that belief going. So for me, you'd have the obviously one, Le Mans in goal. I wouldn't have Bean doing goal at all. He's a liability. And I really hope Anana doesn't come back either. Oh, slippery hands. So it's got to be Le Mans in goal. Obviously, defence, you'll have. I think you can keep the same defence that you did against City, really. So you have like Martinez, Shaw, Maguire. You could even stick Haven in there as well. Out of one, and you could possibly take Shaw out, put Haven in there, because Haven's a very good defender. And then in the midfield, you'll have obviously Casemiro, Dorgu in there. And then you'd possibly have Bruno next to him or in front of him, because I know he in that last game, Bruno was a bit more forward, which is his ideal position as a number 10. Because I know the previous managers just did not play him in his right position. Ten Hag, and it's easy to forget that's how forgettable our last manager was. I can't barely remember his name. It was that bad. He wasn't the right manager for us. Carrick, he needs to keep that same midfield, and obviously up front have who would he have up front? He would have Mbermo, Cunha, and I'd say Sesko. Give Sesko a go. He's been doing really well lately, hasn't he? He scored 2 goals in one of his previous games. But Arsenal are going to be a bit more of a test than City. And I was very disappointed with City in the last game. I really was. I thought City would come at us and we would struggle. But I don't know what happened, whether City just didn't turn out or we just suddenly were up for it. There's, like I was saying, I don't trust this Man United team. I really don't. One game they play well, other games they just look like they can't be bothered. And they're paid like £100,000, £200,000 a week. So I don't know what team's going to turn up against Arsenal. I really don't. And like many Man United fans, we want us to win against Arsenal, but where we've had so many losses in the past, you just can't trust the Man United team. You really can't. And you've got a board above them who really couldn't care less. I know they say they want to bring old Jim. He's like, I want to bring the Manchester back in Manchester. Bollocks. You're just a puppet of the Glazers. And the Glazers, you need to get out of the football club, mate. You really do. You don't know nothing. You're pawning off Manchester United. Pawning off Manchester United. We need a new ownership. We do. I do not trust the Glazers or Ineos at all. I would not trust them in my life. I really wouldn't. They are useless. And it's now middle of January, and we still haven't made any transfers yet. And I don't think we will. We could do with some transfers, really. Because that team, if we get one or two players injured, one of our best players get injured, like Cunha and Burmo, Martinez, Dorgu, any of them get injured, we're screwed. We're screwed. Like when Burmo and Ahmed went to AFCON, we were terrible. We were absolutely terrible. And that's another player who needs to be in the squad. Carrick needs to consider. Ahmed, he's a really good player. I was really impressed with Maguire in the last game as well. So I think even though he hasn't got the best pace in the world, as long as he's got someone like Martinez next to him and a good fast defender, he'll be all right. And I think Sesko needs to play just to give himself some confidence. I like Mount. Don't get me wrong, I do like Mount. But I think he's more of a squad player, really. I don't think he's a starter at all. Not at all. I think Sesko and Burmo and Cunha, they're really starting to click, especially Burmo and Cunha. They have got a system going. They've really clicked. But I just wish that Cunha wouldn't always try and do it himself. That's what I'm worried about against Arsenal. He tries to do it himself. Because I think Arteta will set up really well against us. I think they will press us and they'll put a low block in and they'll look for spaces to hit us on the break and look out for any spaces and just absolutely kill us. So I basically see it being either 1-0 to either Manchester United or Arsenal, or 2-1 Manchester United or Arsenal. It'll be a very close game. I don't think it'll be as many chances as there was in the City game. But you never know. You never know. It might surprise me. They might just go for it. I think Le Mans might have to make a few more saves in this one because he was very much a spectator against the City game. So, yeah. So, I think it'd be a good game against Arsenal. I really do. And I think we need to crack on because we need to get them wins under our belt to challenge for top 4. Because we're at the moment, I think we're 5th at the moment. So we really do need to win it, ideally. That'll make the title race a bit more interesting as well. Because otherwise, if we don't win that game, we'll start to stare down. We're looking behind us again. It's like 7th, 8th, and 9th. We need to finish at least top 5. We need to get Champions League or Europa League at the very least. I don't want to be having another season where it's just one game a week. We're Manchester United, for God's sake. We need to be in Europe. We need to attract them good players. Otherwise, we will not get anywhere. We'll just be a mediocre mid-table team. And we're not that. I grew up watching Manchester United play well. I grew up watching Man United win the big titles. I grew up watching Man United win the treble. I went absolutely mental when Solskjaer scored that goal. I literally cried nearly. I want that back. I want the good times back. Because after all I've witnessed in the last 10, 15 years is mediocre. I want the good times back. And I think Carrick can bring that. I don't think he's the permanent manager. I really don't. He might surprise me. He might change my mind. But I don't think he's the permanent manager. But for now, I think he'll do well against Arsenal. I think there's a good chance he'll school the Arsenal manager. I really do. So like and subscribe, and good luck, Man United. Come on, Man United.